in that drink.
Oh no!
I wish I was, because I was thinking, I was gonna let him, like when he went to take a drink, I was just gonna headbutt him right in the face.
Oh, hey, you should have. That would have been good. I would have totally appreciated that.
But it's more important that we worked it out without any fighting. That just shows us the kind of group that we are. We care about people.
You can fight whoever you want.
I'd rather have killed him and taken his 50 cal, but that's just me.
And that was a laser cal too, man. That was
We can still go back.
Shot laser rounds.
We could still go back.
There's always the other direction.
It might have hurt Gerlach more than us.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
okay.
Gerlach
We'll get him on the way back.
Gideon, you did an awesome job. Thank you.
Yeah, good
On the
job,
behalf
Gideon.
of the party. Here, have a bottle of chaotic neutral.
Woot!
I think it's fake. Some dumbass wrote chaotic neutral on it. I'm gonna roll evaluation on that, Dave. No, I'm just joking.
Jesus.
Again, you see what I have to deal with?
All right, so as you guys are traveling down again, all of a sudden you can hear you get down just to where the sun is starting to set. Gerlach says he's going to pull over for several hours just so he can kind of, give the old axe a rest for a little bit. And as the sun is starting to go down, a couple of the alarms start to trip. And Keggy, he's he wheels himself over there and spins around a couple times, and he says, "Oh no, boss, there is reactor problems." So, he's got his little extension comes out from his beer keg, and he's kind of like plugged in like R2-D2, kind of spinning this little wand around inside of the port there, and things start to look good for a couple seconds, and then Lester, you're kind of over there with him as well, because you love all this stuff. He says, "Yes, Lester, you can try to stabilize the capacitors of the reactors," and he's saying he's basically telling you to adjust these knobs and whatnot. So why don't you give me an intelligence engineering test? I think you do have intelligence engineering.
I have scientific lore and computers.
I'll take computers. I'll take computers, intelligence computers. Absolutely. Oh, you're so lucky.
Son of a... I've done it.
You are so lucky. So you're able to stabilize it for a few seconds, and then as Keggy starts to kind of shorten out a little bit, he accidentally hits. Well, he doesn't hit a lever. As he's kind of plugged into the network there for the reactor, all of a sudden, some of the beer kegs come unstrapped, and now this is for, I guess it would be Gideon, because he's still probably up on top. So Gideon, I want you to give me a dexterity, and I'll even let you add in acrobatics, as all of a sudden these empty barrels start tumbling down to the ground, because you're up there kind of getting some R&R, and all of a sudden you hear a click, 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 and then bam, yeah, and you fall down to the ground. I'm going to give you a 2d6 penetrating damage for that.
Ouch!
So you're going to take a total of 6 penetrating damage, which is going to totally negate your armor rating. So you fall, you've got a couple barrels on top of you, couple of the last two of Gerlach's guards goes over to see if you're all right. They help you up, but crisis averted. With both Lester and basically Keggy, they basically save the day.
I found your problem here. This is why the barrel's released. You forgot to update your Adobe Acrobat. Stupid computer.
So Keggy, he actually is in agreement with you. He says, "Yes, Lester, it is an old previous version. I cannot believe that I just forgot that for the preparations for this last trip. And then he goes over to Gideon and he goes,
that in mind.
you know, Wally comes over, he struts over, you know, a couple, you know, little few squirts of oil still coming out and a couple sparks, and he apologizes. Mr. Dwarf, I apologize. It seems that there was a network error with a old version of Adobe, which therefore tripped the release mechanism for the barrels. I promise, sir, that will not happen again. All of the updates will be made as we get back to the brew core tomorrow.
I growl at him.
Gerlach just kind of chuckles and he says, "It's okay, mate. Gideon's a strong dwarf." All right, so you guys have a nice rest for the rest of the night. You guys want to do any RP or talk to old Uncle Gerlach or anything? You guys are, you know, eating.
Are we off to the side of the road?
Yeah, you guys are. Yeah, you guys are still on the old road, but I mean, the old road is 100 feet wide,
Yeah,
and there's
We've
no.
made camp.
Yeah, there's really no organization at all to. You know, there's just a divider. So basically, one lane is 50 feet, the other lane is 50 feet, and you know, as you guys are pulled over, you know, several others they come up and actually, you know, say, "Is that you, really you, Gerlach?" And Gerlach, of course, you know, he offers them, you know, some of his ale, what he has left and whatnot. So, and then they ride on. You know, he's just a good guy, man. He's like, he's so well renowned, man. He's like the people's champion.
Yeah, Glitter's kind of in awe of him because, I mean, you know, he has the fame that she wants so badly.
Yeah,
she's like,
I was thinking that.
Yeah, but she sits down next to him, and I just start having this conversation.
Little lovey-dovey, huh?
To butter him up.
What race is Gerlach?
He's a human.
Okay.
I need some healing from Lester.
That would be sweet if I could heal.
You're hitting up the wrong mage.
Yes.
Oh, that's it. It's Glitter.
Yeah, you could. I don't know, dude. I could probably help in some way, but the only thing I can really do is just bind your wounds.
You can do a heal check. You can do a. Everybody can do a heal as an action. Remember,
I will attempt to heal you, my friend. Come here. Here's your problem. There's a knife.
Your
sticking
Adobe
out of your
Acrobat
back.
isn't updated.
Your success, your TN11 success has been met, so you get to heal him for 5 because you do the stunt die.
Yeah.
There's your problem.
Now, if you had Chirurgy, you would be able to do that as a minor action, and then as Journeyman, you do stunt die ×2, and then Master stunt die ×3 or something like that.
Yeah.
But everybody has that,
Chirurgy.
yeah, Chirurgy,
absolutely.
I think that's what Glitter took, sort of like a free heal. So, yeah, Lester comes over and kind of warms you up. He puts some of these old ancient Saurian types of herbs and oils on his hands and kind of rubs you up and down for a little bit and makes you feel quite a bit better, Gideon.
You're getting a little friendly over there, aren't you?
That's right. I was gonna say.
God, that stinks. What is that? Yak piss?
Probably saurian piss. He probably thinks it has some sort of healing value to it.
Of course it is. It's sits in the sun for 600 days, and then we make it into a gel and spin it. Of course it's saurian piss.
That's like when you set a jug of tea out in the sun.
Oh,
I could just see Lester.
It's made from our urine and our saliva.
It's perfect.
Saliva.
And it tastes great on toast.
God.
I go to sleep.
All right. Any other role play? Anybody got any questions for old Uncle Gerlach? Anything like that?
Folly isn't saying anything, but if you look over at her, she is inspecting her mouth. You can see her pulling her bottom lip out as far as possible, and she has like a mirror looking in there. for something.
I walk over to Folly. I'm like, what you digging for, hon?
Only the purple ones.
Oh, I lean over
Oh,
to Folly.
okay.
I lean over to Folly and I say, Folly, I have 2 flashlights. I was given one recently, and this one's for you. And I turn it on and I, help her with her hand, and I put it right into her mouth, and I say, here, this one might help you.
All right. So that was the battery that you had found, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, the flashlight. Yeah, that was the last charge that you just burnt on that flashlight. So,
Okay.
yeah, so now you guys are going to have to use your charges on that flashlight. But the flashlight will last, it will work for 3 hours.
Right. I also had one in my inventory, but that was
well,
my,
those will
my
be on your
second one.
charges. So.
Okay, got it. I'll take it off.
No, you don't have to take your charge off. The
And
charge
there's one
comes off the one
already
that
in
you
the
found.
flashlight.
Yeah, there was one on the flashlight already that you found.
I see. Okay.
So you don't deduct any.
I thank him, but he doesn't hear it because I'm still trying to talk to him with my bottom lip pulled down. Right.
Hey, Folly, do you think you could pull your bottom lip over your head? Give it a shot.
Is this a challenge? I could probably do it with my top lip.
Only on Tuesdays.
Oh my gosh. All right, so the caravan kind of winds up for the night. Few people drive by and you can hear them screaming, "Woohoo! Garlock, yeah!" They don't stop. They just gotta drive by, wake everybody up. So you guys start to see Brucor off into the distance. This place is massive, and you guys basically arrive. It's a massive, sprawling structure, the finest Nestorian style. There's massive ghost glass windows shining in the twilight of the midday sun. All of the grounds of the estate are filled with an astonishing array of sculptures, foliage everywhere. One thing stands out above everything else: the brewery. It's basically a bizarre patchwork structure with a glass wall of elven Renaissance art blended together with the modern type of Nestorian stonework and ancient Saurian steel. It does look, I'm going to be honest, it looks ugly. It looks abstract, but any student of history would actually be able to see this brewery as a true work of engineering marvel. Now, the mood of the Bear Baron, old Uncle Gerlach, man, he is overjoyed. He's not, he's a little, bummed that he had to pay as much as he did, 25, but there was just no way that he was going to pay 100. And he even looks at everyone and says, "Guys, I was not going to pay that 100. We were going to have to travel into bandit territory and add another day or possibly 2 days onto our time, but I just couldn't have taken that much out of the profit. This whole month-long trip would have been basically for nothing." And
I would have killed him for 30.
Yeah, and old Gerlach's not into the business of breaking even. So,
I'd have killed him for free.
Like I said, Holsick, he just holds a grudge. I think he's just pissed off because he's taken toll of money and I'm living in the brew core. I think that's just the problem. I mean, if he was to come to me and talk to me and we could kind of hash things out, maybe I would even, maybe even help him out. But he's just a stubborn dwarf. All those damn dwarves. No offense there, Gideon, but you dwarves are pretty goddamn stubborn sometimes.
Y'all just be careful there, Gerlach, because I think Holston has an eye out for you.
All right, so as you guys are pulling in, he takes the caravan into basically into the work shed, massive, large structure in itself. Several mechanics come out. Another robot comes out like Keggy, not as advanced as Keggy though, and they get to, seems like they get to work on the caravan right away.
What's this robot's name? Pony Keggy?
Yeah, his name is Z14. Yeah, this robot's name is Z14. You're gonna make me write this down because I know you're gonna ask me this later.
No, that's okay.
All right, so old Z14, Keggy, the other two mechanics, they get to work on this. Power's down. A couple other employees start to come in and start to unload the barrels as you guys are gathering your all of your equipment and whatnot. Now the beer baron says, as I promised, I'll give you your payment, and you're going to be my guest for the entire week. You guys can stay for the entire week, and I know from your stories from 3 weeks ago when we first met that I know all of you wanted to go to Nestora, if I'm not mistaken. So Nestora is just right down the road from the brew court, just due west. So feel free to stay here for a week. I'm sure you've heard all of the stories about the old brew court. There will be parties had, believe me.
Can I see the Oompa Loompas?
The Gerlach, he looks over at you and he... Who? What are Lupa Oompas?
Yes, the Oompa Loompas.
What is Deckard? What is this? He's kind of taken a liking to you, Deckard, because you basically sat up there with him for most of the entire trip and chit-chatted with him. He says, "What the hell is what is she saying, Deckard?"
I look over at Deckard and tell him we all want to ride one.
There. Well, as far as I understand, they are small, like a miniature human, similar to a gnome in height and weight, but a lot more happy, and they like to play games.
With a spray tan.
They like to play games, and they love chocolate, and they like to play tricks on people sometimes.
Interesting. Keep up the good work, Folly. You're doing a fine job with Deckard and everyone, as he kind of rolls his eyes and just kind of walks off. And as he's coming out, you can see a young woman and a young boy come out and say, "Hey, glad to see your home, Dad." And you can see another, actually an older Saurian come out and greet him also, as you guys are basically being escorted into the home of the beer baron. You guys are in the brew core.
I'm going to go ahead and give the older Saurian the Saurian high sign, which is this.
She just looks at you and she just kind of scolds you. And not Holsick, I'm sorry, old Uncle Gerlach, he looks over and says, don't pay Lasada any she's just a stern old woman. You can see that Lasada, she has an artificial eye. So she's definitely keeping her eye on you, Lester.
Artificial, like,
doesn't seem like she's
robotic, or
no, just an artificial eye. Because when she looks at you, her other eye is going straight forward still. And she
maybe she's a chameleon.
She says to Gerlach, and she says this quite blatantly, where everyone can hear, where she says, "I don't think that you should bring this street rabble or vagabonds into the brew course." And he says, "Oh, nonsense! Wait till you hear the grand stories of what they've done already." He says, "Nonsense, Lasada. and Lasada and the basically the children go off, and you could he says, that's Bessa, that's my 14-year-old daughter, hands off. And he just kind of chuckles. I'm just kidding. And then Bill, my boy, he's 12. He wants to be the next Beater Baron, and I'm gonna make it happen. All right, so we get you guys are ushered into Gerlach's Manor. RPG Gamer, thank you very much for the follow. Let's go ahead and let's not yet. No, he says he'll pay you at dinner tonight. Okay. Let's go ahead and take a break. It's 6 after 6 already. Okay. Wow, the new time, and I like the new time. I like it. All right, so I will see you guys in about 10 minutes or so. All right, so here we go. We are inside of Gerlach's Manor. You guys are ushered inside, and you know the beer baron, Mr. Gerlach. He orders his steward, Lasada, the artificially eyed, sort of really grim, older female Saurian that hit it off quite so well with Lester. Basically, she's not treating you with any respect or anything like that. You heard her say that he doesn't like it when Gerlach brings the rabble into the manor.
Yeah, when she said that, I turned around and I'm like, I wonder who she's talking about.
The rabble.
Definitely.
She means the dwarf.
Oh, it's probably the dwarf. Yeah, you're right.
Of course, of course.
As you guys are traveling through the halls of the manor, just like the stories, you know, the stories are true. There are fountains of ale with taps, spaced every 20, 30 feet. I mean, the wonders are amazing. These are all fountains of ale with the Baron's finest brews. You guys walk through the menagerie. And actually, the menagerie includes a very impressive array of, sorry, Lester, but a collection of caged lizards. Deep world lizards, from the jungles, from the deserts, all, properly caged and climate controlled, along with the lizard collection that he has. He also has a beautiful kike flutters collection as well. And you ask yourself, Game Master Dave, what is a kike flutter? Well, I'll tell you. It is a rare and unusually large sort of butterfly, basically. Sort of, some of them actually kind of look like out of character sturges with big blood suckers on them too. So,
and he likes to have those kike butters in his house. That's crazy.
You guys finish walking through the menagerie. You walk through the armory. Yes, he has an armory full of weapons throughout history. You guys are, especially Gideon, you're looking for the axe. And
so I might
totally.
I might remark to the group as we pass through all these fountains of alcohol that I think Gerlach might be in need of an intervention. I mean, there's a lot of alcohol in this place.
Lots of armor and weapons throughout history. Of course, all of them, they look to be damaged from time and whatnot, so they're just too fragile to use. You pass through a library, through a greenhouse, through a game room. So what other rooms have you guys also passed through? Several other rooms. What rooms did you guys pass through?
Bathroom. Which is so good.
What about does he have like a hall with like all the pictures of beer and and
absolutely.
Notable people drinking
all of his awards? Yeah, oh yeah, of course, all of his awards and pictures and photographs and paintings of all of these famous people. Absolutely. You guys tell me what you're seeing.
Can we ride on the boat down the river of beer?
It is it's a pretty big river of beer. Maybe Glitter could do something like that. Maybe if there was some kind of floating device or something. Maybe Glitter could.
Maybe we don't need the boat. We can just
Probably
swim.
good too.
Yeah.
Book gnomes.
Hey,
Just swim in it.
you have heard that there are pools of alcohol in this place too, in certain places.
Backstroke in some ale.
So what are you guys seeing? What do you guys see? Everybody got quiet all of a sudden.
Well, no, I see a large atrium that goes up. I'm assuming the place is very tall, like a spire of sorts.
Oh, it's an engineering marvel, Folly.
I'm surprised that there's no picture of this place. I guess that's part of the thing we kind of created, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, I see the center of the spire is like an atrium. It goes very high.
Let's see how they
Trees
do.
and all sorts planted in here.
This is their XP tonight also.
I wouldn't be surprised if as we went through a room we can just see a ton of like toy trains. This guy seems like he's like a kind of like toy trains, right? A whole big train set with the trains running in the wall and coming out around. And this guy's like a big kid at heart, so I would expect that he has just this room that's just packed with crap that all the little kids, you know, all the
collectibles
as a little kid, exactly.
Oh,
And-
all
and-
still in the
just
pack.
love to go
They're
through
all
it.
in the pack, still collectible.
Oh yeah, 40-year-old version
Hero
style.
figurines.
The
That
people
is
riding
perfect.
the
That is
trains,
perfect.
You gotta
they're
play with him.
they're gnomes with spray tans and wearing green wigs, riding the trains.
That would be awesome. Yeah. Like what a great job that is. We got my descendants, which are I guess lizards in a cage, and then we have gnomes and spray tans wearing green wigs riding trains. I think I would probably go more with the
Yeah,
gnomes.
yeah. There's a whole network of these. I mean, trains coming and going from each room. Some are going faster. You know, some of them are suspended bridges that are hanging down, sort of upside down bridges that the trains are going across, and every once in a while, one of the trains actually trips, maybe like a light or something like that, or maybe some type of keg where the beer will start flowing the other way. So yeah, it's all networked. It's like a big kid's palace in there, man.
Exactly. Glitter would probably find one of those, a train big enough for her to sit on. You know how some of the really rich people have.
Yeah. So
Yeah, the kind of guy like takes her a tour through the place.
what caught your eye in there, Glitter? We've heard what Folly and Lester saw. What have you seen in there? I'm going one
Well,
by
I don't know.
one.
Like you said, she probably would look for one of those one of those big trains and tour the whole place, just sitting there.
You're a little bit
drinking.
too big. You're a little bit too big. These are small little toy trains. Yeah, you're not small
Oh,
enough
so
to where you
I'm
do
sure
that.
he has one somewhere. This one of those little ones that tour the whole place.
They had it's like you guys had gone through the game room. Sure, there's something like that in the game room that went up through a bunch of tubes and whatnot, and then at the end the train stops and just tips over and dumps you out into the big old pit of balls down below, like a big old swimming pool of like different colored balls.
Worm, you're nuts.
Gideon, what did you see? What caught your eye inside the brew core so far?
In the weapons room.
The armor.
In the weapons room, he's probably got all the weapons throughout the ages. So I'm just enamored in there.
He's got all kinds small, primitive weapons. Tons of different spears and halberds and halberds and I mean everything, just lining the wall. And it seems like they progress with age. As you kind of look around the room, and as you kind of look around, you can see that all of the melee weapons start turning into more of a ranged type of weaponry. And you can even see that there's like a little miniature ballist that's in the corner also. There's all kinds of different, first generation type of tech, like laser rifles and blasters and sweepers and all that stuff, up to, to the high end stuff of what's made nowadays.
When you say ballist, do you mean like a trebuchet kind of a deal? That
Yeah, shoots a big old arrow, a big old.
Oh, awesome.
Like a big crossbow.
Yeah, like
ballista.
giant crossbow. Yeah,
We've
tripod
got to
crossbow.
see one of these
exactly.
things in action. We've got to point that. I mean, come on. When's the last time we could actually see